everybody. This is Dr. Annette Cargioli, and we are starting something here at EPT Works where we're going to interview people who have taken the training, and we're just kind of starting this whole technology thing. It's a little scary for me and scary for some of the people who actually do EPT. So we're starting with some interviews with my sisters. So we're starting with Linda Collier today, and so however this goes, we hope it makes you feel comfortable to be able to do an interview with me as well. This will then be posted onto YouTube so people can watch it and kind of get to know some of our practitioners a lot better. We're also going to take these and turn them into a podcast where you can just listen to the interview and get to know people better as well. So, hi Linda, how are you?
Hi Annette, I'm great.
Linda is at her house and I'm at mine right now, and that's how the beauty of technology that I'm learning. And it wasn't as difficult to put this together as some of you might think. But hopefully, as you watch this, you'll get more and more comfortable. So this is the kind of interview that I want to do with as many EPT practitioners as I can so that people who are looking for practitioners can get to know you, and also so that we can get to know you better. So Linda, I'm going to start with this question. Tell me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been doing EPT, where do you practice, give me your practice information, your phone number, if you have a website, all that good stuff. I want you to give that to me now.
Well, let's see. When did I start doing EPT? I feel like I've been on this journey with Annette from the beginning, with you, Annette. And I was at the first seminar, the very first seminar that our mom organized and put together. I was at that seminar. And I didn't really understand the impact that it was going to make on our lives, but I have been doing EPT with my kids, their kids over the last 20 years, on and off. I do, and you want to know what kind of practice I have? Is that included in that question?
What do you do with EPT? Like exactly, what's your role at EPT? What do you do with it, even if you have clients, that kind of thing?
Okay, my role at EPT, I didn't even think about that question. My role at EPT is to be the executive assistant to you, Annette. That is my biggest role, I think, to answer questions for people who who call in, who want to take the seminar, to answer any questions for seminars, what seminars are coming up, when they are, what's going to happen in that seminar, any questions to do with the seminars. I am here to answer the questions. And so I do that at the office that you and Ron, you and Ron have in Fishers, Indiana, and I answer the phone there. I also am the front desk person for you and Ron at that office as well. Over the years doing EPT, I have been the person that my daughters have come to whenever they needed emotional help, whenever they needed some sort of support, and they would call me and say, "Mom, I need EPT." So I would do that. It's expanded into more of, I started doing weight loss counseling the last few years after a second great weight loss, and I now do it for my weight loss clients. I am weight loss coach to a few, and only a few because I want to make sure that they're well taken care of. So does that answer that?
Yeah, do you have a website? I know that you have like a paleo website because one of your roles that I love is you do the cooking and the caretaking of all those little details of the really delicious paleo healthy food that we eat at LifeWorks and BusinessWorks when we go to the beach. And so I just want you to give your website about that, and if you have a website about your weight loss program, to give that as well.
I do. And my weight loss coach website, I'll give that first because there is a link on that website in the upper right-hand corner to the paleo blog. And my website is lindacsKitchenTable.com. And it's LINDACS kitchentable.com. It's just as easy as that. And that gives my weight loss coach information as well as a link to the recipe blog that I post all those wonderful recipes. And I didn't even think about that as far as EPT. So thank you for bringing that up, Annette.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of EPT practitioners, I mean, myself included, that EPT is kind of a primary tool that we use, but there's a lot of things in our bag of healing tricks. And I know that you've just become the in-house expert on weight loss, and a lot of that has unfolded because of EPT and the work that you've done with EPT.
Definitely.
So what made you decide, like how many years ago, maybe 20 years ago or longer? It's been over 20 years. What made you decide to take EPT? What made you interested in EPT way, way back in the beginning?
I think the biggest thing was that you made it available to everybody. There are so many techniques out there that are available to a limited audience, whether you be a doctor or a chiropractor or a psychiatrist or a massage therapist. The availability of learning what you have to offer is to everyone. And because of my limited amount of education at the time, it was not easy for me to be able to go into learning these other modalities or these other things without extensive other training. So, and of course it was my sister, and that made it in the close proximity to where I lived, so my ability to get to the classes was better, was easier. So so it just seemed like a natural fit. You know, God put me here for a reason, and at that time in my life when EPT was there and being presented, I needed easy paths to get to it, because I probably wouldn't have done it if the path wasn't easy enough.
Wow. I feel the sister love. I hope you all feel the sister love too. And so let's see, my next question is, you know, EPT is this crazy thing that over the years you and I have even struggled with describing. What is it that she does? What is this emotional polarity technique? And so one of the questions I want to ask practitioners, including you, what do you tell people EPT does, or what it is when somebody says, well, what is EPT? What's your answer?
Oh, you know, I have a pat answer for that, and I don't know that it's even as easy now to say as it has been in the past, because it has changed so much over the years. Not the impact that it has as far as the change that I see in people's lives and the change that I see in my family's life. But what I tell people is it disconnects, or it changes the way you feel in a certain situation. It takes what you can't help yourself from doing into I can help myself from doing that. I change my feeling, I change my attitude toward it. At one point in my relationship with my husband, I said, I want to make things better. And I came in one day to the office and I said to you, you know, my doing EPT made John change, but what I then understood after that was it didn't make John change so much as how I saw him. And he may not have changed, but the way I saw him and perceived him totally changed. And it eased, or it changed that relationship in that way. So yeah, I don't know if that answers it well enough or not, but yeah.
I think that's really an awesome answer. And you know, I'm kind of like getting a little nostalgic thinking about the changes that I have seen in your husband, John, and even my relationship with him over the years has been nothing short of miraculous. I am so grateful for John and your marriage to him and that he's a part of my life. And there was a time when I couldn't really have said that. And and without EPT, I don't know if it would have gone in that direction at all. Um, Another question I have is, what are the top three reasons you would say it would be good for somebody, or why they should do EPT? The top three reasons.
Um, Top three. Number one, because you want to feel better. You know, we all have times in our lives where we have just weird, uneasy feelings. And that that right there, just that, those uneasy feelings that you can't even identify, you don't even know why they're there, where they came from, and just that all by itself, that's number one. To better your relationship with your family. You know, we used to have family reunions, family vacations, and every year one of us would end up crying. It doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen anymore. Our relationships have changed so much that with EPT over the years that, you know, we don't end up crying, one of us. Might be one of the grandkids, but but or I should say our mom and dad's grandkids is who I'm talking about, the cousins. But you know, and then that change in our families, the relationship between us, that isn't important. That was number two. And number three, your physical health. It really does impact your physical health. Um, yeah, physical health.
Those are three incredible reasons. How has EPT changed your life for good, Linda?
Oh my gosh. Um, let me count the ways. Um, my relationship with my husband is like night and day difference. Um, I have lost over 100 pounds, and I credit God and EPT because um, without EPT, I would have never continued to love myself. And you know, I had to love myself. I had to learn to love myself to lose the weight that I lost. And